Hello everyone, it's Kari again here, and today I have a fun project making some mini gift card holders. I'm starting off with some lime green paper. I thought this was the perfect color for some gift card holders, and I've cut it down to size. This is going to be about 6.5 inches by 4 inches, and I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches and 4 inches on the long side. Now this is super simple to do. You just cut and then you score and fold both of those score lines to the inside, just like this. So the smaller one is going to be the little pocket that we put our gift card into. And this is going to be the perfect size to fit one gift card. I'm taking a 1-inch circle punch and just cutting out a notch in the center there. That's going to be helpful for getting the gift card in and out. And I'm just going to glue down the edges just a little bit there. While this is drying, I'm going to place an acrylic block over the top, and then we can go ahead and decorate our paper that's going to go on the front of these gift cards. Now I'm using all these products from Miss Ink Stamps. This stencil is so cool. It's called Cuppa Joe to Go, and there are 4 stencil pieces to this. One for the cup topper and one for the holder, and then you can choose which design you want to go on top of that. So it's really neat. Today we're going to just do some simple ink blending and on this first one, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tape down this first stencil here. This is going to be for the cup topper and the bottom of the cup, and I'm just going to do this in kind of a lime green to match our paper. So this is called Fresh Prince color, and it's so beautiful. It's a bright kind of limey green. I thought it would be perfect for this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that on through the stencil pretty quickly here. And once we have that done, I'll go ahead and pull off that stencil, and then we can add the second layer. So you can see here, this layer is going to be the holder and the topper for the cup. So for this one, I'm just going to do some kind of light brown. This is called flat white, and I'm going to just do that really light because I want to be able to use the third stencil with a darker color right over the top. So you can see that's nice and light, and it's starting to come together, and here is this one. Now I chose the design that had the heart and the pumpkin on it, but I'm going to go ahead and just ink them all up with the same color of red. And this is going to give us kind of a holiday vibe. We've got that lime green and we've got some red going on here. I'm just going to do this rather quickly. Now, if you want them to be different colors, of course, you can mask some of them off and add different colors, but I just love the red with the lime green. So I'm going to leave that stencil on and just clean off the stencil before doing this next part. And that is to add some glitter paste over the top. This is going to add some glitter and festive feeling to it. I'm almost out of this glitter paste, so I'm going to use what I can here over the tops of each of these. And that's going to give it a glittery holiday shine. So I'll set that aside to dry while we do our second panel. This time I'm going to do a completely different idea. For the cup itself, I'm using that flat white, and then I'm going to remove that. And then for the cup topper and the holder, I want to ink this on really lightly because I'm going to put some embossing glaze over the top. So see, I'm not even re-inking my brush. I'm just using whatever's on there. But this embossing glaze is a little bit transparent, so I wanted it to be red underneath. And I'm using the brand new Lumberjack Plaid embossing glaze. So I leave that stencil over the top. I cleaned it off, and now I'm going to just press my clear sticky ink. I'm using Versamark here, and I'm going to press that through the stencil, and then I'll add that embossing glaze. Well, that's going to stick to all the parts that were sticky from that clear sticky ink. And then I can go ahead and heat set this. So I'm going to use my heat tool now to heat set that. And I thought it needed one more layer. So it's really easy to add the stencil back over the top. Reuse that Versamark once again, once this is all completely cooled down, just like this, and then pour some more embossing glaze right over the top. And that's going to give it a darker, more kind of thick coating of this glaze. So I'll just pour that over the top, and then I'll heat set that once again, and you can see that it's a little darker, a little thicker. I think that's perfect for the background of our paper. So there's our two papers that we've made using this layering stencil. Super fun. Now I'm going to cut them down to fit on the fronts of our gift card holders. So to cut these, you want to cut them at 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. So 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to cut a bunch of these here. I think I'm going to be able to get about 4 out of what we just did here. So if you're making more gift cards, you can also create more pattern paper. But I'm just going to cut these down so that they fit perfectly right over the front and leave a little bit of the lime green all around the edges. So look how this is going to look. You can fit your gift card right inside there, and then this is going to go over the top. And now we've got to create some focal images for these. So I pulled out some of my missing stamps, some of my favorite sets here, and we're going to create some different looks. So I'll glue all these on the fronts first, and then I'm going to take some of these sets here and create something fun. So this one is one that I love, that penguin one that I used a few weeks ago, and it's called Ice Day. And then we've got Holly Jolly Christmas, Snow One Like You, and that season's greetings is from Little Angel. So I'm going to use all of these stamp sets today to create a couple of different ideas. I'm going to stamp that season's greetings sentiment using some black ink, and I'm leaving plenty of room around the edges because what I want to do is take the holly from the Holly Jolly Christmas stamp set and stamp holly all the way around this sentiment. So I'm going to start out with some of that same light green ink, the Fresh Prince ink. I'm just going to put this on an acrylic block because I'm going to just stamp all the way around, and it's easy to just move this around. I started with this light green. I thought I would add that Cotswold green, but I ended up just loving this light green. But look at what I did. I dropped the ink pad right on my project. But don't worry, because we are going to cut this down and you won't even see that mistake. So I'm just inking the part that has the holly and stamping it all the way around. Now I know it's a little bit tricky to see the design with this light ink for the video, so I will stamp it a little darker in a minute. But I have this oval die here. You can use an oval or a circle, whatever you want. And I'm going to cut that out to fit perfectly on the front of our gift card holder. I'm going to place it on one of these with foam tape. And then I have a couple of ideas how to decorate these up. So for this first one, I'm just going to use some stickles in Christmas red, and I'm going to add little tiny dots all over where the dots for the berries are on this image. So they're pretty small, but it does add just a fun, festive look here with this beautiful Christmas red. So I'll just add that all the way around. I'm just being very careful just to add a small amount, and some of them turned out a little bit bigger than I wanted, so I'm just going to clean them up with a pin, and that'll do the trick. So look how festive this is looking already, and then I'll set that aside to dry while I do the second one. So this time I'm using a darker green ink. This is Palm Tree, and I'm going to use this all the way around. Look how pretty that is. So you can see the holly much better with this darker color. But for this one, I've got some red pearls that I'm going to add to this one. I'm just going to add 5 of them around. And I'll just add that using some liquid adhesive. So this is a real fun, easy way to add a little pop of red also without having to add it to all of the berries. And I think these red pearls are so pretty. I will also pop this one up on the bold background. This is a little bolder look. So there's those two. Really fun. And then, of course, I had to create some that had some fun images. So this one is from the ice day, and I love that these penguins have optional hats, candy canes, there's fish, there's an ornament, there's presents. There's lots of different things you can add. Oh, there's antlers too. So I added a hat and a candy cane to this one, and I went ahead and fussy cut him and colored him up off screen so that we could add him to the front of one of our gift card holders. Isn't he cute? I also stamped out the sentiment that says, "Wishing you a cool Yule." I love that. I'm going to glue him on to that sentiment, and then we'll pop the whole thing up with some foam tape for this one. I will use my tweezers to keep my fingers out of the way and just add that just like this. There we go. And then for the next one, I will use the Snow One Like You stamp set, and I just want that snowman from this one. So I will stamp that up, color him, and cut him out. And then I also stamped a sentiment that says there's snow one like you. I'm going to cut down this sentiment strip and then pop that up also using some foam tape. He's the cutest. I love that there's a little bird on his hat. This is so cute. So here's a look at all our gift card holders. I mean, you can really decorate these any way you want. The sky is the limit, but there are just the cutest images, great stencils. And here's what I'm going to do with it. I'm using it as a little gift card holder necklace around one of these squishmallows. And that's super fun. You could also hang these up on your Christmas tree. You could put them in stockings. These are just fun, easy, simple ways to present a gift card to someone that you love. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. I'll be back soon with more card making, paper crafting, and project inspiration. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.